When I have a dream about like a 16-year-old girl, I'm not a 41-year-old man. That's dirty old man stuff. And that girl would be the same, like, age of my kids. It's weird. It's like I had a dream that I was in academic decathlon staying in a hotel. This was the night before competition, and we were on the sixth floor, and it was pretty late at night, and there was a fire drill thing. There's please proceed to the elevators and quotes or don't use the elevators. One of those. And I know where that came from because before the new casino section opened, they were doing drills all the time for like 2 days. No, more like a week. I mean, they kept doing it, and they had the bright lights, and the voiceover would say, "This is just a drill. Don't worry," you know. And then, but anyway, I had this dream that we were going down the stairs, and I was with there were a couple guys, and there was a girl, and we were watching like Animal Planet or something newsy, and when it happened, to walk with her friend, I thought we were having a moment. I was like, "Oh, I'm touching her." It was one of those teenagery things, and it was. I use excuse now, so yeah, I use excuse, which is what I used to do. Like when I was in high school, I would use an excuse to talk to someone or be close to someone, or I mean, would never admit what I wanted to do. I wanted to competition because we were all kind of well dressed. Like the night before, there were people wearing t-shirts and in their pajamas, and I mean, it was night, and this was obviously the day, and I had like type thing that I carried around box. It was really nerdy, really nerdy stuff. And I was like looking around my teammates. You want a pencil? Want a pencil? Want a pencil? One person took it, and he goes, "At least it's not old or something." I was like, "Yeah, this is a great pencil." And they mentioned that girl. These were all guys because the girls, of course, had hotel rooms across the hall or something. Phone beeped or something, and they said it was her. She sent them a text and said something. I hope we could see each other after the games or something. Yeah, it was one of those things. And the guy's like, "Oh, I thought we were having a moment yesterday." And I was thinking, I didn't say anything, but I was like, "Oh, that means she doesn't like me after all." That's what I was thinking. She doesn't like me after all. And then I was in a conversation with her. I think it was her. And she was like, "You can't like me." And I'm like, "Why not?" And she's like, "Because I've never been on a date. I don't know how to do it." I was like, "Me neither." And then there was there was a lot of dream sequences. It's just like, realized there were different people. It was all like teenager stuff. We were like, it was almost like sitting in the principal's office because there were all these little chairs around the sides, and somebody did something goofy, and they're like, "It's not like anybody's gonna see it." And I was like, "There are cameras everywhere. which is something I always say at the casino, which is funny. There are cameras everywhere, and the guy, he was a big guy. He puts his finger up. It's like this one. He puts his finger right through the little casing. He's like, it's a dummy. It's not really a camera. And I was like, oh, but that one is. And I pointed over at the other one. And I was like, and those new ones, they can see more. So surveillance is watching us. And that's the only dream I remember. The only ones I remembered right now. And I probably won't. See, my dreams have been weird lately because they've been going away. And I don't even. I won't even remember parts. Like at least now I remember pieces of details. But I mean, later today, I probably won't remember them at all. And if I re-listen to this video, I'd be like, I don't know what I'm talking about there because I can't remember it. But right now, it's still fresh enough that I in my head I can see glimpses of images and stuff, and that's what my dreams have been like lately. Just glimpses and scenes. Sometimes they're little scenes, but they're not like usually not complete stories. I mean, years ago, when I'd have a dream, there'd be like a story associated with it. Be long. It was weird. I mean, there was this. Okay, I remember some dreams when I was little, and it was me and this little girl. And well, this is when I was little, so it's not like dirty old man stuff. But almost like she looked like Laura Ingalls Wilder. Long straight hair, long dress, kind of tomboyish, and she called herself a princess, and I said I thought she was a princess. And I remember we used to go on little adventures. We'd run around the house outside, like climb with the vents together, and thing is, I had multiple dreams. There was like a series, 6 or 7 dreams, and none of the same nut, but like I would see the same little girl, and kid wise fell in love with her. It was just a crush, of course, because I was a kid, but it wasn't even a real person. I was like, I think, but maybe not. Maybe that's I like to ramble up on my dreams. Another one, I think when I was about 12 or 13, I had this dream of mountain climbing. It was like straight. It was like a cliff, like straight. It was almost straight, but I was going faster than the rest of my family because my family was down there. We were climbing this, and I was ahead of them, like 10 to 15 feet ahead of them. And I was like, I'm getting there. And when I got to the top, and I'm like, we could have just come that way. It would have been so easy. And I fell backwards, and I remember falling and looking and seeing a dinosaur, not like a T-Rex or something with big teeth, but some like a Brachiosaurus with a long neck was down below me. And I was about to fall on top of the dinosaur. Running around. I was a teenager, but I was running around like secret agent. People would they were laser shooting at us, and I was running around, sliding in the sand under. It was wooden playground. We were hiding behind kind of the playground equipment, and Charlie Sheen was with me. I don't know why. He was a secret agent also. We were running and sliding, and the bad guys were shooting at us, and we were hiding and talking, and it's weird. Let's see, and I remember a dream where I rolled off the end of my mom's bed, and I was falling, and it was more than 2.5 feet. And I looked down. I was falling. It was okay. I was falling. Like whenever Alice fell down the rabbit's hole in the movie. You know, I was going on and on and on and on. That's what it was like. It wasn't the 2.5 feet from the top of the bed. It was just I was just falling, and I remember as I was falling, looking over, and there was a cat in a red wagon, you know, like a radio flyer wagon, and it was horizontal. It was just sitting there, and he must have been like the Cheshire Cat because he looked at me and he was just smiling because it was floating. The it wasn't falling. The red wagon wasn't falling. It was just kind of floating down. It was just, but it was keeping pace with me. And I was. They say, if you die in a dream, then you die in real life, which that would have been weird. How could I explain that? Or well, I'd be dead. I wouldn't explain it. How could my parents explain that their 15-year-old son? It's just that's going to be investigated. That's because that's weird. Um, it's questionable, but okay. Dreams. I like talking about dreams. It's fun. Um, I used to see. Well, that wasn't a dream. I used to see a man all black. I'd say a black man, but not a black man. Not African descent. It was like a man. Okay, I like where their whole body is just black. Their clothes are black, solid black. Um, so I'd see this figure in my closet, so he wasn't able to sleep. That's what I remember. Um, when I was younger, I had an active imagination. I drew a lot. I wrote a lot. Little stories and little adventures. I used to be more creative than I am now, I think. But man, because I spent a lot of time by myself. I was really alone a lot, and I remember having a story going on about me being like a secret agent, and I'd climb up above where a treehouse was, so I'd climb up really high in the tree, and it was like I could watch all these little mock battles going on, and then real battles, and I would look down and I would just imagine it. I guess the bad guys fighting. I don't want people to think I'm it. I was picturing them doing stuff to acquire. I was climbing so high in the tree, and I could almost search the loud choir, which probably would have killed me because I didn't wear rubber gloves, so I wasn't like a linesman. Yeah, it's kind of late in the morning. Who am I kidding? Tuesdays, a lot of Tuesdays I've stayed in bed a long time because my days off are Monday, Tuesday. This is probably the third or fourth time. I mean, it's my day off. I don't have any appointments today, and I my alarm clock went off and I turned it off because I got it set to go every day at 4:30, and then I've got a 7 o'clock alarm for Monday, Tuesdays, but today I'm not going anywhere. So I turned it off and just stayed here. I'm gonna work on my writing today. My goal is to finish my manuscript of Who Am I, because I'm not going to make it a huge book. Probably will be about 20 pages. But so it's not going to be like a huge book. But I've got a few more pages I'm going to write. I'm going to have something ready. I want to send to the critique group. I want to start going, and we'll see. On and I don't know. Now I'm just like looking for things to talk about because it's fun to just ramble. And I actually had a viewer for a little while. I don't know who was watching because I've been talking and like closing my eyes because I don't know if any picture is showing up. It like on my camera it looks like there's a line. Like it's totally dark in here, but I guess it's dark enough that camera didn't pick up anything. Well, see some. There we go. See, there's my door. That's my shoulder. But I'm gonna take Jake out because Jake doesn't go out in the middle of the night anymore. And that's not like he has accidents in the house or anything. He's a good dog. He's a really good dog. But I'll take him out and then I'll come in and have a cup of coffee. Watch my morning videos. And I don't know what. I have some oatmeal. I'm gonna make oatmeal this morning. I'm excited again because I like oatmeal a lot. I think I have some. I'll put brown sugar and white sugar in it because that'll be really sweet. I'm gonna go to the grocery store, buy a bunch of frozen blueberries or chopped strawberries, frozen chopped strawberries. That'd be good. Man, I'm all excited now. I'm excited. There for a while, I was not excited about getting up. I was just like, I'm gonna spend half the day in bed because I felt like, not only is it a lazy day, but I'm kind of a depressed boy. I don't like getting up because when I don't have something to do, it's like hard to motivate myself. But if I'm thinking about doing something, like making oatmeal this morning, not with fruit, because don't have fruit, but we have oranges. Can you have orange oatmeal? Those are really hard to peel, but I might try to peel an orange and then cut up the segments. No, I'll peel an orange, put it in the freezer, so I can cut up the segments tomorrow or later tonight. That's good. I got a plan. Do and work on my writing today. That's my other part of my plan. So nobody's watching live now, probably because it got boring because I'm just kind of rambling. But this is not my longest YouTube Live. Because one time I turned it on when I was and went to sleep. So it was like 2.5 hours of me just sleeping and then randomly waking up and talking. It was, and then another time I had on my computer and turned it on while I was watching Sharknado. I was watching Sharknado in one of the other windows. So it was like 30 minutes of me watching a movie. So it's almost like somebody's with me, except they weren't. Nobody was watching it. But yeah, things I do to fight loneliness.